Hi, this is Scott Garibay. Today I am so excited to talk to you about the Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, Thieves Gallery, new content on on D&D Beyond, and the incredible importance of what just happened on Holga Kilgore, the statted Michelle Rodriguez character hero from the film, and how absolutely important it is to understand what just happened. It's incredible what just happened on Holga Kilgore. So I've been talking about, like, the moment this dropped, I had my video up within 6 hours of its drop, and I've been talking nonstop about it, and I've done multiple videos already. It's not even 48 hours old, and it's not even 24 hours old, right? And I have multiple videos because I had this sense. I was like, this is $1 billion Bravo on Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, holy cows, the Dungeons and Dragons design team has done something truly incredible here. Unprecedented, right? This is an American blockbuster on its way in less than a month, right? And they're saying, hey, we see you there. You're running Essentials Kit. You're running Dungeons and Dragons. You're running in Forgotten Realms. Your game matters. And guess what? We're giving you every single hero from the movie. We're telling you their backstories. We're telling you their abilities. We are making them canon, right? Canon in image, canon in rules, canon in lore, canon, C-A-N-O-N, right? And canon is so important. But at the same time, it's saying, hey, we're giving you this, we're setting this here, and we're setting this in place, and we want you to understand the importance of what's happening, right? And the reality, okay, so let's talk about this. So Michelle Rodriguez is playing Holga Kilgore, right? And I had previously said incorrectly that Holga Kilgore was a human barbarian. There were even people who said that they thought she was a different species, right? But that is not correct, okay? Holga Kilgore, we now know. We know what Holga Kilgore's species, and we know what Holga Kilgore's species is, and we also know what Holga Kilgore's we know what canon is established for Holga Kilgore's species and class, and I want to tell it to you right now. It's 2 words: medium humanoid. That's it, right? The species is unidentified. The class is unidentified. That's incredible. And guess what? Look at every other hero from the film, and that is not the case. Every other hero from the film, the species is unidentified, but their class is identified. Holga Kilgore is new, right? And this has never been done in Dungeons & Dragons, and the ramifications are massive. Absolutely massive, okay? So Holga Kilgore is a fully functioning adventurer, a Dungeons & Dragons adventurer, right? Fully functioning. Told to us by the film, told to us by the canon material on D&D Beyond, right? And so she can go out and she can adventure. She can do all kinds of things that normal adventurers do, right? What is her skill set? What powers does she have? What weapons can she use? What are her proficiencies, right? What are they aligned to? They're not aligned to class, right? They're not aligned to a class. They're not aligned to a species. What she is aligned to is she is aligned to Dungeons & Dragons. She is a canon Dungeons & Dragons adventurer, right? And that means if you're a player and you have a canon Dungeons & Dragons adventurer, right, you have the same thing as Holga Kilgore. And guess what? Holga Kilgore is the first time ever that any guardian of Dungeons & Dragons has said, you have access to everything, right? So as a medium humanoid, where are her powers aligned to? Any species, any class ever printed in D&D 5e. Over 35 different species, and over 14, 15, maybe 20, close to, I think it's actually about 15 or 16 different classes, right? So she's not bound to fighter or barbarian. She literally is a fully functioning adventurer, and her abilities are only limited by what is printed within D&D 5e, in my humble opinion. That is absolutely new and has never been accomplished anywhere. And this is now available, in my humble opinion, to players for the first time. And we have these players, and we've talked about, and this breaks just rips the roof off of multi-classing, and is saying you could simply tell your dungeon master you're a medium humanoid, and you no longer have to follow the limitations of any specific class. You can pick and choose a la carte from every single class and from every single species. You are a medium humanoid. Now, if there's something that comes from a monstrosity, but anything that can be assigned to anything that can be assigned to any class, anything that can be assigned to any species can be assigned to your character. The only thing you need to do is make it consistent with the story of your character. And that's exactly what was done with Holga Kilgore, right? So Michelle Rodriguez, without a doubt, the largest number one actor or actress attached to the project, has been given a special privilege within Dungeons & Dragons to be the first completely unbound character, the first completely unbound full adventurer, right? And so this $1 billion, and the reason this happened, I can guarantee you, Jeremy Crawford and Christopher Perkins and the 25 people it took. There are 25 people listed in the credits on this thing, right? They did not want to do this, but they had to, right? Because there's a pressure from this multi-billion-dollar potential property that is coming, right? And this is what I'm saying is we have this massive, incredible thing that is happening where pressure from an American blockbuster is being applied to Dungeons & Dragons. And Dungeons & Dragons is in a space that has never been even remotely even approached by any competitor they have, right? And so we see for the first time Holga Kilgore permissioning the first fully unbound player character, right? Saying you do not need to pick from one species. You do not need to pick from one class. You can get whatever you want from any class and any species. They absolutely have to be D&D 5e. It has to be consistent to your sheet, and it has to be permissioned by, the permissioning by Hasbro has already been done, in my humble opinion, and it still has to be permissioned by your dungeon master. But this is the first time where a player can sit down and say, I'm a medium humanoid, and they can take benefits from dwarf, elf, and human, and they can take benefits from bard, rogue, and monk, right? And just put them right on their sheet, right? And it's completely permissioned, in my humble opinion, by Hasbro. This is a game changer. And when I saw this yesterday, I got so hyped because I was like, I know this is fundamentally different. There is something exciting happening here, and we need to pay hyper close attention to this. And I was 100% right. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's really important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.